What up, what up, what up? BSB Fantasy Football League. It's recap. It's week 2. VidCast number 2. Doing this one solo, as you can see. Couldn't line up a guest for this one. Had kind of a busy week so far, so I had to do this one solo. But hopefully next week we'll have a guest. Possibly Ryan Nelson again. We'll see. We'll see who's in town. Keep your eyes out this weekend. There may or may not be a short little video of me having owner of Waiver this Kyle Glazer on, just talk about some stuff, make a video, waste some time on the weekend. So we'll see how that goes. See if we can line up schedules, but keep an eye out for that, and I'll also update the Facebook group and stuff like that. Right off the bat, just want to get into because I'm sure everybody's curious what the commish thinks about the whole Adrian Peterson situation. Um, you see the pictures, and obviously it's hard not to be disturbed by the pictures. I mean, anytime you're leaving cuts and bruises and lacerations on a 4-year-old, it's tough to look at. I mean, you can get into the whole corporal punishment or not corporal punishment argument. I won't get into that. I don't want to make this a super long video, but it's part of the culture where Adrian's family's from Texas, obviously, and in the South that's more of a culture of hard discipline, and Adrian was raised the same way, so it's you can, again, I won't get into the argument too much, but that's an angle to it that you have to take into account. Um, you know, the law is it leaves room. It's a gray area. There's a gray area in the law of it says you can administer corporal punishment to your own child um, at your own discretion, as long as it doesn't. I forget what the exact quote in the law is, but it's something about without, you can do it. You can do corporal punishment without, as long as there's not considerable risk or injury to the child or something like that. So there's a gray area. I mean, some people might consider, one mark a significant injury. Some people might not. It's a gray area, and I don't know. It's very open for opinion. But the thing I have a problem with. I absolutely see how everybody is outraged about what he did and looking at the pictures and all that stuff. But the thing that bothers me is, listening to the radio, reading articles this past week. It seems more to me like it's a condemning of the man, not of the action, and I think we're straying too far away from, really focusing on what the action was here, and not, you know, I just feel like there's too much focus on Adrian Peterson, the person, not this one action, this one incident, this one mistake, I would call it. Um, he's a good person. I mean, you look at all he's done in the community for the 7 years he's been here. Set up the AD Foundation, which helps kids, by the way. Um, they have fundraisers and they raise money for children in need, and then obviously all the work he does through the Vikings with the Starkey Hearing Foundation and stuff like that. So I think it's so easy to, and this is something that bothers me. Media is so quick to, you'll never hear about all the good charitable work Adrian Peterson has done, but the second he makes a mistake, it's all over the news, all over the radio. My sisters. Set it down. Um. So yeah, it's obviously it's all over the radio, um, all over media, and it bothers me that you can have all this good that he does for 7 years over here, and then you have one mistake over here, and in an instant this all gets brushed aside, and it all becomes attacking the man for a mistake he's admitted to, and a mistake I think anybody who really knows him would say that he's not a child abuser. He's a parent who tried to discipline his child the way he was raised, and just went too far and made a mistake. So I think we need to focus more on condemning the action here, not the man. You know, he needs to realize he made a mistake. He needs to pay for the mistake. But let's keep it focused on the actual act itself. Let's not tear down Adrian Peterson the person as much. Moving on, with his future, he'll go through a trial that won't be till 2015 unless a plea bargain is reached. I don't know if there will be. I'm not a great legal mind. Punishment. The maximum punishment I have read is a $10,000 fine and up to 2 years in prison for a felony, first time offender. I highly doubt with his criminal record and his background that he would be subject to any jail time. But again, you never know. That's up to a judge and a jury, and I'm not going to be the person to sit here and try and hash that out. What I will say is, my hope is that he will return to the field one day. I hope that he can repair the relationship with his son, and I hope he continues to get the counseling that he's going through to learn, that there are other ways to discipline a child, and hopefully he can work through that and enact some of those disciplinary actions that don't involve hitting your child. Anyway, I went 6 minutes on that, way longer than I wanted to, so I'm gonna kind of move on here. So quick news for the league. We'll get into the fun stuff now. Ryan Nelson's team, the Pittsburgh Steelers, he's changed his names a couple times now. Right now it's Gronky Punch, so I don't know if it's gonna stay like that, but he changed his name. I decided to change my team's name from Multiple Scoregasms. I used that last year, and it's too common, so I have officially changed my name to the Nympho Demons. That's right, the Nympho Demons. It's an inside joke, y'all get it later. But yeah, so Pittsburgh Steelers are now Gronky Punch, Multiple Scoregasms, now Nympho Demons. They will be known as that from here on out. And then also, some exciting news. I am currently, you have all seen the championship trophy. I'm currently crafting a regular season champions trophy. Not quite as great as the league championship for the end of the playoffs, but it's 13 weeks, so regular season champion. It's a good accomplishment. So I'm gonna try and make it really nice, and hopefully it'll turn out just as good as the championship trophy. And you guys can look for that sometime next week. I'm sure I'll be posting pictures when I'm done and stuff, so heads up for that. Moving on, I'm going to get right into the week two recap. So I'm going to start with my game, Multiple Scoregasms versus Coach G-Rads. Evil prevails in this one. Coach G-Rad comes out with a win, 115-24 to 102.04. Both teams moved to 1-1. Some of the major point getters and goats of this week. AJ Green, of course, for my team. Of course, the week I trade for him, he'd get hurt. Got that turf toe issue he's been dealing with, I guess, for a couple weeks now. It said he was good to go, but first play of the drive for Cincinnati, he aggravated it and missed the rest of the game. Got a big 0 points for me. Thanks a lot, AJ. He's projected to miss probably another couple weeks too. So luckily that coincides with a week 5 bye week though. So maybe dodge a bullet on that one. Randall Cobb, also for my team, Multiple Scoregasms, a big 18.5 points. He had 5 receptions for 39 yards. 2 touchdowns, though. Aaron Rodgers likes to target him in the red zone. Keep it up, A-Raj. And another big week for Randall. Big week also for Dan Bailey. 19 points, my kicker, Dallas kicker. And for Arizona's defense, 18 points. Great waiver wire pickup by myself. That's just what I do. I'm a great football mind. And then, of course, Team Evil, Coach G-Rads. Giovanni Bernard, 22.5 points. 22.9 points, I'm sorry. He had 27 carries, 90 yards, and a touchdown. 5 receptions for 79 yards, no scores. Big 22.9 points for him. Then Brandon Marshall, I guess he decided it'd be fun to fuck me this week. No points in the first half, and comes up and puts Comes out in the second, puts up 22.5 points in one half, 5 receptions, 48 yards, 3 touchdowns. Apparently nobody else on the Bears can catch a touchdown, so that's whatever. But again, Coach G-Rad's coming up with a win. Both teams moved to 1-1. Moving into the next game, it's the Pittsburgh Steelers, now known as Gronky Punch, taking on Waiver This. Waiver This pulling the upset, 78.14 to 56.48. Just a terrible, terrible week for Pittsburgh. Both teams will move to 1-1. Pittsburgh, Ryan Nelson, I'm sorry. He had Russell Wilson was the only player in his team in double digits, so it doesn't help. Hence the 56 points this week, the lowest point score of any team this week or throughout the season yet. Good pickup by Waiver This. Obviously had Adrian Peterson. He's not playing. He goes out and picks up Matt Asiata. He went 13 carries, only 36 yards, but he did have 5 receptions for 48 yards and 1 touchdown. Finishes with a respectable week, 13 points. And then also Chris Ivory and Mike Wallace having big weeks for Waiver This. Both teams again moved to 1-1. Next game moving in, it was Schlongy taking on Go Luck Yourself. Go Luck Yourself comes out with the win, 113.78 to 74.68. Schlongy moves to 1-1 with a loss. Go Luck Yourself moves to 2-0 with a win. Jordy Nelson, a huge week for Go Luck Yourself. 9 catches, 209 yards and a score, 26.9 points. And then, of course, DeMarco Murray, because I traded him away, he has another big week. He has 29 carries, 167 yards, and a touchdown, 21.3 points. Those two guys absolutely carried Tanner to the win this week. Schlongy, Arian Foster had a good week, though, for him. That's promising because he's going to need some running back help. 21 points for Foster. Seattle's defense, a terrible week for Schlongy. But still one of the best defenses in the league. I wouldn't think that would continue, but obviously San Diego had different plans for Sam this week because he lost by nearly 40 points. So I'm just not even going to go into that. Sam's team's terrible. I love you, buddy, but your team is bad. And then we got the highest scoring game of the week here. We got Douche 134-78. That's Big Brody's team. Taking on Rhino's team, the Choskies. He finishes with the 109-74. Douche gets the win. Big time. Winning by 25 points. He'll move to 1-1. Choskies 0-2. The only team without a win in the league yet. Tough break for Rhino. Peyton Manning decides to go for 28 points. He does what Peyton Manning does and throws touchdowns. He's a fucking all-star. Alfred Morris, I guess he decided he was going to come out of his fucking mama's asshole this week. He scores 20.5 points. 22 carries, 85 yards rushing, and 2 touchdowns. Jimmy Graham, big 23 points. That's why you pick him high in the draft. And then Aaron Rodgers, 34 points for the Choskies, but obviously not enough. Just a huge, enormous. It was a blowout. It was a complete blowout, and Ryan's 0-2. So those were the 4 games of the week. After week 2, the standings, the Dingleberry division. We'll start from the bottom. Choskies, obviously, the only team without a win, 0-2. And then in third place, Schlongy, Sam. Second place is Brody's team, Douche. And first place, obviously, Tanner, Go Luck Yourself, the only undefeated team in the league still. And then, of course, the other division, the Blumpkin division. Bring up the rear, the fantasy god himself. It's Ryan's team. It's the Pittsburgh Steelers. Now known as Gronky Punch. Sorry, I'm trying to get that in my head. Third place, Kyle Glazer's team. Waiver This. Second place, Travis G-Rads, Coach G-Rads. And in first place, the Nympho Demons. I told you from the start it was going to be me in first place. haven't surrendered it yet, and I'm not going to ever. So you guys in the Blumpkin division can get used to it. You can have your face in my asshole all year and tell me how my butthole smells. Moving on, the overall standings, Chowski's is last place. Gronky Punch coming in 7th. Then we got in 6th place, Schlongy. 5th is Waiver This. 4th, Coach G-Rads. And then the top 3. 3rd place right now is Brody, Douche. 2nd place is me, the Nympho Demons. And 1st overall, as of week 2, is Tanner's team, Go Luck Yourself. Now, the overall standings and points are a little bit different. It's kind of interesting. This is where, because you can have a good week, you have a couple of good weeks, but the matchups sometimes don't always favor you, you know. In last place, actually, is not the Choskis, even though he is in last place overall in terms of wins, losses, and all the tiebreakers and stuff. As far as points go, last place is actually Ryan's team, Gronky Punch. 167.74 points. He's in last place. Right in front of him, Sam's team, Schlongy, my pick for the Janae Rice Memorial Award, the first inaugural award this year. Sam's team. Schlongy, 177.50. Just above him is Waiver This with 184.36, Kyle's team. And then, interesting here, fourth place overall in the standings in terms of points, but dead last in the actual standings is Chosky. He's got 4th place in points here, 199.12 points. 3rd place is Go Luck Yourself, Tanner's team. 212.88 points. I'm sorry, that was 4th place. 3rd place is Coach G-Rads. He's got 219.72 points. And then you got a tight race for 1-2 right now. The Nympho Demons, my team. The Demons are at 230.58 right now, and then the leader is Team Douche. Name is fitting. Just kidding, Brody. But Team Douche in first place, Brody with 233.04 points. A very tightly contested match, a race right now for those standings in terms of points. Only 2.5 points separating the Nympho Demons, my team, versus Brody's team, Douche. Moving ahead, I'm not going to do a big breakdown of week 3. I'm just going to give you my I'll give you a breakdown of my game because I'm selfish like that, and everyone else can go fuck themselves or make their own video. Just kidding, but silly shit. I'm going against Ryan's team this week. I'm going against the team formerly known as Pittsburgh. I got Stafford playing Green Bay, and on the other side of the ball, I got Cobb and I got Lacey playing Detroit. Those are the big names on my side, and then really the only big name I could really come up with on Ryan's team was Megatron, Calvin Johnson. So I'll take my 3 guys, especially since I got the quarterback throwing the ball to Megatron. And I'm going to pick myself for the win, obviously. I'm also going to pick Team Douche. I'm going to pick Go Lick Yourself.
Did you get Cap?
I did. Yeah.
You're talking to somebody?
Yeah, I'm doing a video for my fantasy football league. It's okay. That was my mom. So we've only had 2 interruptions so far. That's pretty good. Maybe Russ will come in here in the last 30 seconds and make a trifecta. Anyway, going back over my predictions, I'm taking myself, the Nympho Demons. I'm taking Team Douche, and I'm taking Go Luck Yourself, Tanner's team this week. And then my upset pick of the week, I am going to take, believe it or not, Kyle's team. I'm going to take Waiver This to beat Travis, Coach G-Rads. I know it sounds crazy, but talk to me in week 3, and we'll see if my prognostication was on point. And with that, that's pretty much the end of the VidCast here for week 2. I'm gonna go watch some football. I'm gonna eat some corn on the cob, drink the rest of this vodka in a bottle, and we'll see y'all. Like I said, keep your eyes out this weekend for a possible video with the owner of Waiver This, Kyle Glazer. If not, for sure next week, VidCast week 3. Hopefully, try and get Ryan Nelson and/or another guest on. We'll see how it goes. But again, keep your eyes on the Facebook page. Keep your eyes on the Facebook messages. And good luck this week. Go out and get it. Peace out, my boys.